A very good afternoon to one and all, and welcome to all the participants for today's observance of UN International Day on Eradication of Poverty. So I welcome all the dear participants today, this afternoon. So now we have the opening remark by Honorable Lesson Azadi sir. Who needs no introduction, but briefly I'll introduce Lesson Azadi sir to all of us. Dr. Azadi has an engineering degree from NIT REC Rourkela, a postgraduate degree in sustainable development from Stanfordshire University, UK. He had a Commonwealth Scholarship Award, education for development from Columbia, and a PhD in education from Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. For over 3 decades, he has been working in the field of training and education in faculty training, universal human values, teaching learning methodologies, leadership for change, fostering youth's personal development and social progress, and life skills. He has conducted extensive educational tours to 20 other countries in Asia, Africa, Europe, Australasia, and offered workshops and courses. He has been associated since 1986 and he joined as the director of Baha'i Academy, Panjgani, which is a recognized institution of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. The Academy initiated a program of education in universal human values for institutions of higher learning in the year 2000. And since year 2000, the program has been launched in the affiliated colleges of over 6 universities. Lesson Azadi sir has been closely involved with the planning, course design, curriculum development and implementation, and has been working with many institutions and universities across India.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Madam, for your kindness. In the interest of time, so we will, proceed to the opening remarks. I should also, at the start, express my deepest thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Professor D.T. Sherkesser, for giving us the pleasure of being present in today's program. My deepest thanks to the Honorable District Collector, Mr. Shekhar Singh, IAS officer, who has, despite his busy schedule, he has made it possible to join us today, and to dear international resource person, Dr. Tai from Australia, who has kindly joined us in this session today, which is about the eradication of poverty, the UN Day, International UN Day, 17th October. So friends, the Baha'i Academy is an educational institution, as my colleague Dr. Golbore mentioned, with a mission to engage in research and action in the field of value education for institutions of higher learning. Now, the Academy is playing its role in promoting social progress in different ways, including supporting the objectives of international organizations such as the UN, through creating awareness, building capacity, and encouraging community activities. In fact, since May 2021, the Academy has organized 5 virtual observances of the UN Day. Several hundred academicians and leaders of thought from India, from different states of the country, and from other countries have attended, and they have undertaken over 120 community initiatives, because that is the purpose, friends, of these UN Day observances, that we will actually do something in the community to promote the objectives of the day. Now, the Academy also launches a blog after each of these, each of these observances. So the blog includes the activities that, the participants carry out. Now, today's topic is about International Day of Eradication of Poverty. Friends, millions of people across the globe are suffering from poverty. And let's remember that poverty is not just an economic issue, but rather a multidimensional phenomenon. that cause poverty, but there is also question of lack of basic capabilities to live in dignity. Now, friends, the COVID-19 pandemic is likely to have pushed between 143 to 163 million people into poverty in 2021. Now, the addition of these millions of new poor, as they are called, mostly who are from urban and better, educated and less likely to work in agriculture, this has deepened income inequality that already was in a very, a grim situation. So Poverty and Shared Prosperity report of 2022 by the World Bank suggests that the effects of the current crisis will be almost certainly felt in many countries, in most of the countries, till 2030. So really, it is a crisis, friends, which is going to be with us for quite some time. And they have identified 3 factors that have deepened the issue of poverty across the world. Now, the first one is, of course, the pandemic COVID-19 and the associated global recession that has been going on in the world. And it is expected to have pushed over 100 million people into extreme poverty, as I mentioned before, during 2020. And another 132 million people will be projected to go hungry. Friends, the second parameter that has deepened the issue of poverty is armed conflict, the civil wars in many countries of the world. And in this picture, you see a beautiful child from Syria who is returning from a free bread distribution camp in Idlib. That's where they distribute food and bread to the displaced people because of the country's civil war. So armed conflict is a second reason for deepening of poverty. The third element is climate change, a slowly accelerating risk that will potentially drive millions into poverty. It's estimated that up to 132 million people may fall into poverty by 2030 due to manifold effects of the climate change. We are so delighted that today we have a dear Professor Sherkeser with us, who has taken a beautiful initiative in his university, and we look forward that he will also enlighten us about that initiative, which is very new. Now, friends, because of this, the ground is being lost in the fight against hunger due to pandemic on the one hand, and due to war and climate change on the other. So when we say it is multidimensional, yes, it is multidimensional. And look at this distribution of the number of population across the globe who live on less than $1.9 a day. That's less than 150 rupees a day. And we see, unfortunately, that our India has got a great share in this situation. Therefore, the former UN General Assembly president, he said success in India relating to poverty eradication is success of the world, because it addresses a huge population, and India can bring to the table its own experience of poverty alleviation. So friends, what we do in India to reduce poverty is going to help the world, both in terms of the figures and numbers, and in terms of the experiences that we can share with the rest of the world. Now, our Baha'i International Community's office at the United Nations released a document some years ago, which is called Eradicating Poverty, Moving Forward as One. Now, it says that it is now increasingly acknowledged that such conditions as the marginalization of girls and women, that's the first factor, poor governance, second element, ethnic and religious antipathy, third element, environmental degradation, fourth element, and unemployment constitute formidable obstacles to the progress and development of the communities. And these evidence a deeper crisis, one rooted in the values and attitudes that shape relationships at all levels of society. So it is the absence of these ethical, social, and material resources needed to develop the moral, intellectual, and social capacities of individuals, communities, and institutions. That is what the approach should be. So the goal at hand, friends, is not only to remove the ills of poverty, but to engage the masses of humanity in the construction of a just global order. So one goal of the poverty alleviation should focus on the individuals. He should be helped to reclaim his dignity. That is what our education should do, reclaim his dignity and sense of self-worth. Must be encouraged to gain confidence, to improve his condition and strive to realize his potential. The second goal should focus on institutions who must serve as channels through which the talents and energies of individuals can be harnessed in service to humanity. So resources that help to develop this individual and institutional capacity represent a true source of wealth to the community. And this process should be inspired by principles such as gender equality, trustworthiness, access to education, human rights, and freedom of religion. And when we are discussing, when we try to find solution on the basis of principles, we consider problems from a systematic and long-term perspective. It is not a quick fix approach to address one symptom, but it is a systematic and long-term perspective approach that we take. And in that process, we have to follow a decision-making process that has integrity and involves all the people who are affected by those decisions. In this context, two main principles should guide the efforts. One is justice, and second is unity. Justice provides the means capable of harnessing human potential to eradicate poverty from our midst. In fact, friends, poverty is an indicator of lack of justice in any society. And secondly, unity asserts that progress is systemic and relational, that the concern for the integrity of the family unit and the local, national, and global community must guide poverty alleviation efforts. So I really look forward very eagerly to the presentations today by the dear resource persons, to the questions that you will be asking. To each of the resource persons, please put your questions on the chat box, and ultimately to the actions that you will be proposing that you can take at your level to remove, to alleviate, to reduce poverty in your immediate surrounding. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Azadi sir, for such a wonderful opening remark.
How to help reduce poverty. 1 in 5 people on the planet live on less than $1.25 a day, making extreme poverty one of the world's most pressing issues. Tackling poverty requires a holistic approach that addresses its interconnected challenges. Here's how you can help make a difference and be part of the solution. You will need facts about extreme poverty and collaborative action. Step 1. Learn the facts. Health problems are major impediments to development. Each year, complications during pregnancy and childbirth kill 300,000 mothers in developing countries, for example, and malaria infects hundreds of millions of people. But even small donations can make a big impact. Roughly $10 buys a mosquito net that protects a sleeping site for 5 years, while $35 supports a midwife for a week in sub-Saharan Africa, allowing women to receive vital medical care. Another crucial challenge to reducing poverty is to increase food production while protecting and rehabilitating the environment. Make a contribution to further this goal. Just $20 can plant 10 seedlings in a community, while $30 can help to purchase fertilizer for smallholder farming. Education and gender equality are critical to ending poverty, but over 100 million children lack a primary school education, and 3/4 of the world's 800 million illiterate adults are women. Help reduce these statistics. $40 can cover a student's secondary school education for a month in sub-Saharan Africa, and $50 provides a child's school meals for a year, helping to promote school attendance. Enhanced infrastructure. Better roads, cleaner water, improved sanitation, and expanded access to electrical grids and information and communication technologies also fosters development. Get involved and help improve the life of a family. As little as $20 can purchase an energy-efficient cook stove, and $40 can provide a lantern for a home that does not have electrical lighting. Step 2. Spread the word to drive awareness and make an even greater impact. Organize a letter-writing campaign to Congress, post news items and calls to action on social media, circulate an online petition, plan a fundraising party, create a social networking group, anything that helps focus attention on global poverty. Try to highlight the positive. Sharing success stories can help motivate other people to take action themselves. You can get involved with an organization like Millennium Promise, which is dedicated to tackling poverty from many angles. Step 3. Don't let poverty overwhelm you. Collaborate with others to make a bigger impact. Working together, even small actions can make an enormous difference, not only in reducing extreme poverty, but ending it altogether. For more information on how you can get involved, visit millenniumpromise.org.